The first time I tell a scary story, it's going to be a true scary story about the Wendigo. The Wendigo is an evil spirit that possesses people, and it is said to be the most terrifying monster in all of Native American folklore. The Wendigo is a cannibalistic creature that haunts the snowy forests of the north, preying on the flesh of humans and animals alike. As a kid, growing up in northern Wisconsin, we were always told the legend of the Wendigo. It was said that if you were out in the woods and you heard a knock, don't answer. If you heard a knock in the woods, no matter what you do, don't answer. If you answered, then the Wendigo would find you, and you would become its prey. Well, one night, I was camping out in the Beartooth Wilderness area, in the Ottawa National Forest, and I'll never forget this. It was a cold night and my breath was making little white puffs in the still air, and I could hear the wind whistling through the trees. All of a sudden, I heard a knock. I stopped and I listened. I heard another knock. Then I heard what sounded like footsteps crunching in the snow. Big, heavy footsteps. I remember my heart started pounding in my chest and I started to feel a cold dread creep up my spine. I don't want to be too dramatic, but it was one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. I started to run as fast as I could through the forest, trying to get away from whatever was following me. I could hear the footsteps behind me getting closer. I could feel its presence getting closer. I don't remember much after that. I just remember collapsing on the ground, sobbing and shaking, and I remember thinking to myself, this is it, I'm gonna die. This is how I'm gonna die. And then just as suddenly as it began, the chase ended. I don't know how long I lay there on the ground, but eventually I got up and I ran to my car and I drove home. I didn't tell anyone what had happened to me until years later, and even now I am not sure if what I experienced that night was real or if it was all in my head. But this is the story that my grandpa told me when I was a kid. Maybe it was just a dream, maybe it wasn't. But one thing I do know is that if you ever hear a knock in the woods, no matter what you do, don't answer. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like and comment. If you have any suggestions for future videos,